I've never been so sure of anything before. Just like I'm in this moment, but was alone would be enough. Just take my hands and take mine, 'cause I will always love you through anything I'll do. To took back to different segment, you know, for the engaging about Tope Oginni, you know. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about God. Let's talk about all you need to know before you say I do.
Good day, my beautiful viewers out there, and I want to welcome you to another exciting episode of Before You Say I Do on Glorious Vision Television of the Apostolic Church Nigeria. My name still remains Tope Oginni. To you, my singles out there, how has your week been? How are you doing? How's everything generally with you? And I want to believe that everything that you are learning on Before You Say I Do, you are really applying them into your relationship, because I want to see your relationship blossoming. I want to see you have peace in your relationship, and I want to hear your wedding bell rings. I want to see your wedding invitation, and I want to see you at the end of the day having a blissful home with your husband in your marriage. This is my wish for you, and I know that it's going to be so in Jesus' name. So for those of you that you are just tuning in to this station and you are wondering what is really happening, what is she talking about? Yes, this is Before You Say I Do, the only relationship program on Glorious Vision Television. It is a program that we design for our singles, for those who are in a relationship, for those who are engaged, for those who are in their courtship stage. And we always come here on every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Our regular viewers are always around the world waiting to hear, waiting to listen to what we are about to say on Before You Say I Do. So in case you are joining, you are also officially welcome. On Before You Say I Do, we'll help the singles to prepare ahead of the marital journey that they are about to embark upon. We also help them to have an healthy relationship. We also help them to discover who they are and who their partner is, and also the relationship that they are going into, to help them to know more. We also help to address your relationship issues. Perhaps you are in a relationship, you don't even know what is happening, you don't understand what is happening again, you know you are about giving up. I'm telling you, by watching this program, you might have a rethink. Or you are at a crossroad right now, you don't even understand what next to do. Or you are a single out there, you are about starting a relationship, you have never been in one before, you don't even understand. Or you want to know about marriage, you are hearing about marriage, you have been seeing some marriages around, the good ones and the bad ones, and you hope that someday you are going to get married too, and you don't even have an idea of what marriage is all about, and you want to know more. Before You Say I Do is a program, is a must watch for all the singles out there. As long as you have not said I do, please always be at your TV watching Before You Say I Do. And we always encourage singles, as many that are out there, to invite their friends to come and watch with them, because there are so many benefits to enjoy by watching Before You Say I Do. I want you to recommend Before You Say I Do to every singles around you. Tell them every Tuesday 8 p.m. they should glue at their TV set to watch Before You Say I Do. On Before You Say I Do, we have two different segments, two very important segments. That is, we have the relationship tips, where we offer relationship tips, you know, tips on how you can enjoy your relationship, tips on love, tips on marriages, tips on everything about relationship. And also, we also offer our recommended book. That is for your further reading. Perhaps on the topic of discussion for that particular day, we always offer recommended books, so that it will help you in your further reading and further understanding of the particular topic. And we always encourage that you send in your questions, you send in your comments, or anything that you need to know concerning your marriage. So basically what we do on Before You Say I Do is we help you to prepare ahead of the marital journey that you are about to embark upon, so that by the time you are married, you won't be affected by the what ifs, or if I had known. Now you know. Now we are telling you. So it's better for you to listen and act upon it, and I tell you that it's going to help you in your marriage, because we are not just talking about relationship, we are also preparing you for your marital journey that you are about to embark upon. So thank you. This is just the summary of what we normally come here on Tuesdays to do on Before You Say I Do program. So quickly, I want to go on a short break. When I come back, the program continues. Please don't go anywhere. Stay tuned, and I will be right back. Welcome back. The program is still Before You Say I Do on Glorious Vision Television, and my name still remains Tope Oginni. Before You Say I Do is the only relationship program on Glorious Vision Television, and what we basically do on Before You Say I Do is to prepare the singles out there on the marital journey that they're about to embark upon, and also to teach them all they need to know before they enter into the marriage proper, and to help them while they are building their relationship that will lead to marriage. Before I went on that break, I said we should just stay tuned that I will be back, and I'm back now. Now, I have a very, very interesting and a good and nice topic that I know that it will be of interest to every single out there, and it is a topic that is very, very important that we talk about, you know, because nowadays we are having so many failed marriages, we are having so many divorces, we are having so many separations, we are having so many people that are saying that if I had known this, I wouldn't have entered into this particular marriage. If I had done this, I wouldn't have entered into this marriage. I wouldn't have married this person. I wouldn't have done this. All those if I had known, you know. And we have discovered that it was because some people failed to do what they are supposed to do while they were in their relationship. You know, when singles are in relationship, they get carried away by so many things, forgetting or ignoring those important things that they are supposed to pay attention to. And when they fail to do that, it has a way of waiting for them when they eventually get married. And for some, they opt out, and for some, they decide to endure that I am in it and I will stay in it till I die. But for you that you are still single out there, you have an opportunity to listen to a program like this. You can still make adjustments. You can still correct the errors and the mistakes of those that are married. And that's why I've decided to bring up this very important topic to my singles out there. And the topic is what I called premarital background checks. Premarital background checks. What do you understand by premarital background checks? From the name, some of you may understand and some may not. Well, you know, gone are the days when marriages were believed as destiny of boys and girls. The family and the relatives used to organize arranged marriages by conducting some sorts of investigation. In today's society, to find the best match, people often take to online or through friends. For some people to get partners, they either go to online. There are some dating online sites. There are some people that through friends, though some friends will recommend them that, oh, I know this person, she's good, is good, and you know, because of that, you want to trust the judgment or the recommendation of that person, and you want to decide to go ahead in that relationship. Now, the word of mouth seems insufficient to know one's character until a proper investigation is done on the person. People can say anything with their mouth, you know. They can say they are good, I am nice, I am going to be faithful, I am going to be loving when I get married to you. They are just words of mouth. The only way you can confirm what that person is saying is when you do a proper check on that person. Proper background check on that person to know who he or she really is. if what they are saying, they really meant it, or it's something they are up to that they can do. It may be possible that the potential partner is lying about his or her status. We have people that are lying about who they are. How would you know? Some people are married and they will tell you that they are single. If you don't do a proper check, if you don't do a background check on that person, how would you know? Some people will tell you that they are single and you wouldn't know that they were once married, even with children. After you got married to them, one day a woman will just show up with kids, with grown-up children, or a grown-up children will decide to locate his father or his mother and find his or her way into your marriage. And then you start questioning your wife. Maybe after 10 years, 15 years of marriage. In order for all this not to happen to you, you need to do a proper check on whosoever you are in a relationship with right now. In the days of our parents, what they do is that they actually go into the families. You know, they go and find out, they go and do their own background checkup about the son or the daughter that their children want to get married to. They go into the family to know what runs in the family. Are they trustworthy? Are they faithful? Are they good? They want to know about their in-laws. They want to know everything. They want to know how good the place that their children will be going. They want to know much about it. How many of our singles still does that now? Now that we are in the days of social media, internet, and all of that, that two people can always meet each other on internet, online, and relationship start. And they won't even decide to find out much about each other. From online, they start talking about marriage. From there, they get married. Then when they get into marriage, that's when they begin to see the true color of each other. So many people have been duped in this manner of finding a partner. There are a lot of possibilities. So it is utmost necessary to conduct a background check before getting married. So you will agree with me that it is necessary that we do a background check. Now, a premarital background check should be done by anyone who is marrying someone they met in adulthood. Whenever you meet someone, you know that they have before you meet someone, you should know that they had some kind of life before you meet them. They had their past. They had their good side, they had their bad side. But how much of this do you know? You that you are just getting to meet this person as an adult. They have their childhood days. How much of this do you know? You are just coming into this person's life. How much of him or her do you know? What do you really know? Is it just about what he or she told you that you think is enough for you to go ahead in that relationship, or to even propose and say, I want to marry? Conducting a background check on your partner is not a sin, and it's not a bad thing. And it doesn't mean that you don't trust him or her. But it is necessary for you to do a background check on whoever you are going to spend the rest of your life with. We have had situations whereby ladies get married to a man, and at the end of the day, it was the same man that ended up using that same lady for ritual. How come? Maybe if she had done her proper background check, she would have discovered that this is who this person is, and she would have allowed the person to go on his own. But most times we singles get carried away by physical appearance, by the things that they can see. Oh, he has money, he has a car, he has a talent, he's this and that. That is not enough. Now, whenever you meet someone, you know that they had some kind of life before they met you, before you met them. They had different obligations. What you may not know is what these obligations are. They have their obligations, but you may not know what their obligations are. They have their purpose, they have their intentions of coming into relationship with you. You may not know. They may tell you their intentions are, oh, I love you and I want to marry you. That's just words of mouth. That is just what you can tell. Now, talking about obligations now, do you even know if they have children you don't know about somewhere, like I said in the opening of this program? What about their mental history? We have some people that today, somebody in one of our programs on this station, somebody wrote in our marriage program that we normally have on this program, somebody wrote in and said that he discovered that the wife had a mental problem after years of marriage. The family of the wife did not tell the man while he was marrying that lady that she is having mental problem. It was after the marriage and something happened and this lady displayed that act of madness. That was how he took her back to the family and he got to know the truth. You may ask me that does she need to tell him that she has mental problem? What you don't tell, like I always tell on this program, what you don't tell now, there's no how that one day your partner will not discover. Yes, somebody will say it is better when we get to that level for him to discover. But it is better to know, and for that person to know if it is something that he or she would be able to cope with, or he or she will be able to manage. It is very necessary we tell them. If he or she cannot manage it or cope with, then he can decide to go or decide to stay with you, stand by you, that as long as I like you, I love you, I want to marry you, your problem is my problem. And we can always look for solution to this problem. Don't allow that to come in between our relationship. We have seen people like that. What about their medical history? Some people are HIV positive. Some people are having some terminal disease in their body. They will not tell. Not until after marriage, when you now start discovering that this person has kidney problem, this person has this person has that. So you can see that it is very easy for us when we meet each other, well, we just tell our partner what we want them to know, not what they want to know about us. And you will agree with me that that is what is really happening. We always tell them what we want them to know, not what they wanted to know about us. So nobody will go on and tell an intending spouse to be that I am HIV positive, I'm having kidney problem. You know the next thing is that the person will run away. So you wouldn't want to go that route at all. What about, do you know if the person has any past crimes that they have served time for or are running away from? Do you even know the person that you want to get married to? If he or she was once a criminal who has served jail term before or is now running away, maybe he jumped bail and they are looking for him all over the places, or maybe he did something wrong. Maybe he did a business with somebody, he ran away to another city, he met you, she met you, and marriage comes up. I have seen a situation whereby on a wedding day, policemen came to arrest groom on his wedding day. They said he collected money to do a particular job, and he did not do that job, and he ran away. They did not see him, but they got information somehow, and they waited for him. They learned that he was going to wed on that particular Saturday, and they waited for him till that Saturday. On the wedding day, they came. What a shame, and what an embarrassment. And from the information gathered, it was learned that that was not the first time that man has always been like that, has always been a criminal. He's not a trustworthy person. He collects money from people all around and he wouldn't do their job. If you as a person, as a lady, has gone that far, that extent, to really know this man that you want to marry, I'm telling you, even if you go to where he's staying and ask questions, people that have seen him once or twice being harassed for collecting money from people and not doing that, they will tell you, you know, people like gossips. People, when it comes to gossip, when it's talking about people, people like it. They will tell you. The one you did not even ask them. Once they start seeing you, some people will be looking for ways to call you and warn you around that person. So I think you get what I'm saying. That doing a premarital background check is very, very necessary. Background checks will only make sure that you are getting into the right relationship that will stand by you in thick and thin. So doing it will only give you that peace of mind. We give you that rest of mind that you are in the right relationship that will stand by you. Not somebody that came into your life because you are wealthy, because you have something that he or she can lust after. And after getting it, when all the ships are down, they run away. He or she will leave you to your problem, to carry your problem. What do we mean by background check before saying I do? A background check is simply the process of looking up and compiling personal, family records, criminal records, and other records of a prospective partner before saying I do. It is just simply a process of looking into somebody's life, compiling the records of the life of somebody that you want to spend the rest of your life with. It is important to secure your future by getting to know the person you are about to marry. Very, very important. You need to get to know the person that you want to marry. Doing that, you are just securing your future. Making sure that your future is safe in the hands of the man or the lady that you want to marry. Not getting married into the life of somebody that will later destroy your life financially, spiritually. We have seen people who got married as a born again, and they got married to somebody, and by the time they are married, they are no longer born again. They are no longer in Christ as a result of marriage. Why? We have seen people who are rich, who were wealthy before marriage, and immediately after marriage, it was their spouse that wrecked them, that bring them down financially. Background check is very, very important before saying I do. If you are in a relationship right now, you are not doing that. All you are just doing is doing loving, romancing. That is just you are doing. It is waiting for you in the marriage. Oh, what you fail to know now, by force, by fire, you will know it when you said after you have said I do. So in order for you not to know it forcefully and regrettably in your marriage, please take your time to know it now. Even in abroad, there are some agencies that are into this kind of business. You can always contact them. You can always go to them and tell them that I'm in a relationship with this person, and this relationship is getting serious. Please, I want you to help me find out about this person. Maybe you cannot go through the stress. You tell them as far as you want them to do. They will only charge you some fees for doing that, but they will do a good job for you. And I want you to know, not all the time when we say premarital background check, not all of them has to be negative. Sometimes by doing those checks, you'll find out the good side, the positive side of your partner that they have been hiding away from you. It can even help you. So it's not generally about the bad side or the negative side of that person. It will even bring out the good side that you don't know about your partner. So it is very, very necessary to do that. Making decision to enter a lifelong commitment such as marriage is a goal many dream of. Unfortunately, there are some people who make a living out of conning others. And marriage serves as the perfect method for that. Some people, they are not, it's not as if they really love you. It's not as if I have read story of where a man, he did not really love that lady. But because the lady is wealthy, and he just wanted to con that lady out of her money and her properties, he went as far as getting married to that lady, living with that lady. He impregnated that lady. they have a child in that marriage. So you can begin, as you are listening to me, you can begin to imagine how many years it took this man to be with this lady before he finally dumped her and ran away. He waited for the lady to make him his next of kin. Look at the heart of man. He waited for her to make him his next of kin. And after she has done that, he left this lady with all her properties. Unfortunately, there are some who make, yes, there are some people that are making a living because they know that there are so many desperate ladies out there who want to get married. There are so many desperate men out there who want to get married. Under peer pressure, under societal pressure, under family pressure, that you are overage, you are getting old, you are reaching menopause, go and get married, go and get married. So all these men, all these ladies, we have them out there that they will get in contact with this set of people I've just talked about. They will meet them at one point of their life and they will get into marriage with them, but they know that they don't really love them. They know what they want. That will not be your portion in Jesus' name. Premarital background checks lessen the chances of being a victim of fraud, scams, or a costly divorce. Doing a background check will give you an opportunity not to be duped. Will lessen your chances of being a victim of scam, fraud. We have had people out of deceit. They will go and borrow car to post to the lady. Go and borrow house to stay while they are in a relationship. Immediately they said, I do. They will tell the lady, the house you have been coming is not my house. The car is my uncle's car. Oh yeah, come and see the reality of marriage. He will take the lady to a one-room apartment. Scam, obere. He knew all along what he's doing and he knew where he's going. It was you that you allowed him to fool you because you refused to do your background check. When I was a youth, I used to have this friend. She was in a relationship with this man. So one day she just said I should accompany her to go and see the man. She has always been telling me a whole lot of things. But what she has been telling me, my spirit kept telling me that man is a married man. Is a married man. But each time I mentioned it to my friend will say, no, Tope, this man is not married. He's living alone. He is that, he is this. So on this particular day, she said, okay, let us go together and visit him. I went with her. When we got there, it just confirmed everything I was saying to her. It just confirmed everything. What I was saying to her is just confirming it. And I told her, I said, you see, God loves you. If not, you would have entered into this wrong marriage and you will have been regretting it today. Because I was telling you, I said, my mind keep telling me that this man is a married man. When I went with her, what I saw confirmed all I've been telling my friend. And that was what ended that relationship. Just a little background check in your relationship can save you a whole lot of stress, can save you from being defrauded, can save you from being scammed, can save you the headache of costly divorce and being labeled as a single parent, as a single father, as a single mother, and then your children becomes products of divorce. People start saying the parents are divorced. On this note, I want to quickly go on a short break. I know you are really enjoying me. Please don't go anywhere, and I will be right back.
We have tasted the sweetness of your kindness, caught a glimpse of your glory in the sun, and the promise in your word, it still reminds us there are greater things to come. If we only knew how deep the ocean of your love, how powerful every drop of blood, how much it costs to rescue us. If we only knew how far the east is from the west, how we are clothed in righteousness, how strong the hands that conquer death. If we only knew. God, your peace is beyond our understanding. Tender mercy like a river flowing through. You wait with patient arms to hold us, desperate for the chance to show us all we really need is you. If we only knew how deep the ocean of your love, how powerful every drop of blood, how much it costs to rescue us. If we only knew how far the east is from the west, how we are clothed in righteousness, how strong the hands that conquer death. If we only knew. We are only scratching the surface. We are barely knocking on the door. We are only scratching the surface of your goodness. We are barely knocking on the door, and you long to show us more. If we only knew how deep the ocean of your love, how powerful every drop of blood, how much it costs to rescue us. If we only knew how far the east is from the west, how we are clothed in righteousness, how strong the hands that conquer death. If we only knew. We are daughters and sons held in your arms. We are daughters and sons adopted and loved by you.
Welcome back. The program is still Before You Say I Do on Glorious Vision Television, the only relationship program designed for the singles, for the about to wed, those in a relationship, those that are about to start their own relationship, singles. As far you are a single person, this program is a must for you. And before I went on that break, the topic I was talking about is the need for premarital background check. And I said that it is very, very necessary that you do a premarital background check on whoever you want to end your life with, on who you want to commit your entire life, your future into their hands. There's need for you to know who they are. And how you can do that is by conducting a background check on your partner. And I also mentioned that in the abroad, in abroad, they do it. In fact, they make it as a business venture. We have so many sites, so many companies that are into this kind of topic, and I mean this kind of business. You know, there are so many companies like that. They make it a business venture that they are making money out of it. Because why? That shows the importance of this topic, that premarital background check is very, very necessary. Because you agree with me, there have been a lot of divorces, divorce cases, there have been a lot of separation, there have been a lot of people that have died as a result of being in a marriage. Some are abused emotionally, physically, daily. A whole lot of issues are happening in marriages daily all over the world. But thank God for you that you are still single out there, that you are hearing a topic like this. I don't want you to just listen to it and throw it away. I want you to make sure that you make use of it, and I tell you that you will never regret you did. Now, let me continue. A premarital background check is vital, important today. In the electronic age, where more and more singles are finding, today now, we are in the electronic age where singles are finding their love online. Everybody is now online. Even the good and the bad, they are there. Those that are ready and those that are not ready for marriage, they are there. People that are married and they have suddenly become single and they want to remarry again, they are there, finding love. But you need to be very careful. If you are very careful, if you can just do this background check I'm talking about, like I said, you will not fall victim of scam, you will not be defrauded, then you won't have any bitterness or any depression, any disappointment, breakup, because you have done your check. You may say that you can never be too careful, but you can try. There's some things that are very, very important that you must, that you must know. There are some things there are some areas in your relationship that you must cover, that you need to do your check on. I will mention it in the course of this program. The downside to online relationship is that you never really know who you are meeting online. Making your premarital background check that's much more important. No matter how many in-person relationship you have been, or how will you tell who they are, you need to know. You need to know who they are. There are many people who should be required to have a background check done before they get married, before they said I do. These people include those who already have children. If you know you are a lady, you have children, or you have a child where your husband died, you become a single parent by circumstances, by whatever means, but you know that you are a single parent and you are going to get married again, I'm telling you, you need to do this check, because we have had stories again of single parents, single mom, single mother who remarried, and the husband was having an affair with her daughter. The husband, in some cases, will be harassing the daughters. So many cases of child harassment that we have now. So if you are a single mom and you know that you are planning to find love again, you are planning to remarry again, the person that you want to marry, you need to do proper background check. Maybe it was once one of these people that have harassed children in the past. You need to know. If you don't do that and you ended up marrying that person, it will end up destroying the life of your daughter. So if you know that you are once married, you need to do that on whosoever that you want to get married to ensure that you are not exposing your child to an abuser. That's why you have to do your own background check on whosoever you are in a relationship with right now. You must ensure that it's not an abuser. It's not somebody that has ever abused anybody before now. If you do your background check and you get information that it was once like that, I'm sure you wouldn't want to go ahead, because you are not only that your daughter is not safe, you as a lady, you are not even safe with him too. So you need to do that. Or those who are, or maybe in the public eye, you are a very famous person, you are a celebrity, you are there, you are people, you are a role model, you are a mentor, you know that you have talents in you. You need to do it. If not, you will end up marrying somebody that will destroy your reputation, and I know you wouldn't want that to happen to you. If you have a good reputation, if you are a celebrity, if you are a role model, if you are a mentor, and you are single and you hope to get married, you need to do a proper background check, because you are always in the public eye. Everybody wants to be around a public person, a celebrity, a famous person. So if care is not taken, you just think that all of them, they like you, all of them love you. How sure are you that they really love you? It's not because you are famous or because they just want to attach themselves to you so that they can use you to get what they want, like connections, like getting to meet top and big people in the society. So you need to do that. It also includes those involved in life, those that are involved in one good talent or the other. You need it. You need it. There are stories of people claiming that they never knew the person they were in a serious relationship with. There are stories of people claiming that they never knew the person they were in a serious relationship with was already married. You know, I said that, yes. Some people will tell you, we hear all of this from singles. After they have been impregnated, he didn't tell me that he was once married. Why did you not ask? Even if he lied, why did you not do your check? You meet somebody online or you meet somebody on Drew, you can meet somebody anywhere. But that does not mean because he says he loves you and he keeps showering you with gifts and all the love, that does not mean that you should get carried away and not bothering to know who that person really, or to know if what he says he is, that is who he is. You need to do that. So we have had stories of people like that. I never knew that he's married. He didn't tell me. I didn't say anything. You never knew that he was just taking you to the friend's house. So you need to watch that. We need to watch that. This is the kind of thing that a proper background check before saying I do can help you to avoid. In order for you to avoid this kind of mistakes, please, ladies out there, it is very, very important. Please do your proper background check. Do it. It is better for you to do it now. You know, it may be stressful for you to do now, but it's better for you to go through that stress now and be enjoying your marriage than for you to try and avoid the stress and be regretting your marriage or be suffering in your marriage because of the things that you are supposed to find out which you never did. You might possibly you don't know where he lives, or worry that she might be lying to you about being divorced. You know, there are a lot of deceits. There are a lot of lies. Some people will not give you the address of where they are living. You keep asking. They will have a meeting point where they will always meet you. Even there are some brothers, there are some people, and for those of you that you always say, I want to get married in the church. I'm not trying to discourage you. Even all these scammers, they are already in the church now. They go to church to go and look for devoted sisters, committed sisters to marry, to be in a relationship with. And after they've gotten one, you know, we have so many sisters today that they are regretting. Some of them, they are no more in Christ now as a result of marriage. So in order for that not to happen to you, because you meet somebody in the church does not make that person a righteous person, does not make that person a holy person, does not mean that person does not commit sin, does not mean that person does not once has a past. He has a past, she has a past. So you need to dig into their past and really know who they are before they start coming to church, before giving their life to Christ. When you know, it is not left for you to say, I don't care about your past. That's your past. Now we are in the present. So let us face our present and talk about our future. It's not left for you. But ignoring it or not trying to see it as something that is important or that you should consider is not good at all. It's not good at all. So, on the other hand, maybe you have the most wonderful relationship in the world, but you just want to be safe and sure. Maybe your own is that you have a great relationship. Your relationship is good. The relationship that you have now is a very good one. It's a very great one. Wonderful. You know, it's good. But you just still want to be sure that all what he told you, they are true. You can go ahead and do your checks too. Background checks are an integral part of fact-finding mission. If you are in a relationship and you think things might start to get serious, or if you have some suspicions of any reason, If you have some, maybe what he's telling you, you are suspicious about it, that I don't think this man is telling me the truth. I don't think this lady is telling the truth about all what he or she is telling me. Do a premarital background check. Do it. Whatever he has told you, he said his parents, they are wealthy. He said some will tell you that their parents are dead. It is after marriage when something happens, parents will show up. And you begin to say, but you told me that you don't have parents now. Where do you start from there, my dear sister? Where do you start from there, my dear brother? So you need to do your check. You need to do your check. Very, very important. So if you are, and you see that your relationship, yes, maybe you are in a relationship now and you see that relationship, now when we are talking about, one thing I want you to know again, when we are talking about this premarital background check, I'm not saying that immediately you meet somebody, you start digging. You know, it has to start from the friendship. It has to start from when you start getting to like that person, you study the person, then you know whether to commit into that relationship or not. So when you know that you are now in the commitment stage, in the serious stage, that you know that this one is heading into marriage, then it is high time for you to start considering doing your check on that, your fact finding about him or her. So now, it will be wise to have a premarital background conducted for you so that you are protected, so that you will be at peace. So that it will, so that it will stop you from all these fear, all these doubts about your relation. I don't even know what is happening. Once you've done that, you will know what is happening. Like I said, in the olden days, that is what our parents used to do. They will go to the family of the lady, they will go to the family of the man. They will ask from community people. They will even go as far as the gods that they serve then. Now that we have Christianity now, people, sometimes parents will take the name of the suitor of their children to pastors. That's also doing a background check. That pastor, please help me pray on this name for my son or for my daughter. And you yourself too, you can even do it yourself. You pray, you pray and fast. Daddy, who is this person? Who is this lady? God will reveal to you. God will tell you that is the one, she's the one, or God will show you sign that will tell you that this one is a no-go area. So there's so many ways that we can do checks. We'll get into that too. Importance of background check before saying I do. There are stories of high-level deceit in relationships. They have become so common these days. Yes, high level of deceit have become so common these days. People deceive people in relationships. They tell you they are this and they are not what they tell you they are. Somebody will say, I am a graduate. After marriage, the lady will discover that he's a school start holder, or he doesn't even have any certificate at all. Can you imagine? Some will tell you that this is who I am. And at the end of the day, they will tell you that, oh, I once worked in so place. After marriage, that's when you will discover that this person never worked in that place. So there are so many deceits. There are so many deceits out there. Singles, please be very, very careful so that you don't fall victim of all these lies and deceits. Be very careful. Don't be too desperate because you want a man, because you want marriage. Don't be too desperate. Please. If you are so desperate now and you fall into the wrong ground, what sense does it make to you? Because you feel you are overage, because you feel you are late, and at the end of the day you enter into the marriage and begin to go and suffer and be suffering in the marriage, suffering, and you now be saying, if I had known, I would have waited though, if not because of my mother. Your mother will not live in your marriage with you. So if your mother is pushing, it's not about pushing, it's not about pressure, it's about you that you are going to live with the man. Those that their husband killed, the husband killed their wives, not their mothers. The wives killed their husbands, not their mothers, who say go and marry, and they ended up marrying the wrong person. That will not be your portion in Jesus' name. But please be very, very careful, and the Lord will help you in Jesus' name. Especially with increased technological advancement and high rate of Facebook and social media oriented relationships that we have now. So many relationships are going on Facebook, on all the social media every day. During the Valentine, I read something on the Facebook. A man met a lady on the Facebook. They have never met. They now decided that during Valentine is an opportunity for them to meet. The lady said, I don't have money. The lady is not in Lagos. So the guy is in Lagos. The lady said, I don't have money to come down to Lagos. The man said, send me your account details. She did. The man sent money to the lady's account. After receiving alert, bagam, the lady blocked the man. Can you imagine? So many deceits, so many lies. That was the end of relationship. Okay, let's assume again that after sending the money, the lady to travel all the way from her base to Lagos to meet the man, and came down to Lagos only to come and meet a madman or somebody, you know. So we need to be very, very careful these days. Just do your, even if you meet, I'm not saying that you can't meet online. If you meet online, don't let it end online. Ask information, get details about them, and try behind them. Go and do all the checks. Where they tell you that they are working, go to their office. Go and ask. There was another story of a man that met a lady too. The man was a driver. The boss sent him on errand, and he went out with the oga's vehicle. He saw this lady standing at the bus stop. He picked her, and from there they got talking. From there, relationship started. The lady did not know that the man is a driver, so he told him that he works in one of these banks. The lady said, okay, maybe the lady, I don't know, maybe the man has been doing that and he has been getting away with it. But this particular one, this lady decided that he wants to go and check, to go and confirm. He got to the place that the man told him that he's working. He said, I'm looking for Mr. Lagbaja, the admin officer, let us assume. And they said, the name you mentioned is not the admin officer, he's a driver in this company. The lady repeated herself, no, he can't be a driver. He drives so car. They took her to where the car that she's mentioning. They said, are you talking about this car? He said, yes, this is the car now, the owner of this car. He said, he's not the owner of the car. He's only a driver. The boss sent him on an errand with the car. And probably he met you, and you know, that was how the relationship ended there. Thank God that the lady went extra mile to find out. If she had stayed back and the man keep coming and lying, coming with your guy. You know, there are some bosses that they allow their drivers to go home with their car, and the next morning they come with the car and pick them. They don't allow the drivers to park the car in their compound. They say go with the car, then when the next morning come and pick you. You know, there are some bosses like that. Maybe that boss, the driver's boss is one of such bosses we are talking about. So you see, I'm giving all these examples so that you can know the deceit and lies that is outside there when we are talking about this thing called relationship and marriage. And many people are crying today. Many people are crying today. Many people want to get out. I receive messages on a daily basis from singles that are saying that, should I divorce him? Should I get out of this marriage? I mean, from married ones. Even the married ones are watching before you say I do. They are now hearing this thing. What they should have heard before they said I do. They are listening to it now. They are watching, and they are now sending messages to me, asking me questions. Now that I know, should I get out? When I ask them questions, did you do this? Did you do that? They said I did not do that. We met through this person. My mother said I should marry him, this and that. You know, God will help us, but you need to be very careful, and the Lord will help us. You can have a beautiful marriage. I'm not saying that even the beautiful ones don't quarrel, or they don't argue, or they don't offend one another. But once there's an understanding and there's love, I'm telling you, love covers all things. Now, why is it essential to do background check before saying I do? Are you getting married? Are you getting married soon? You that you are watching me. Have you carried out a background check on your partner? Have you done that? If you have not, it is not too late. You can start doing that now. I know so many ladies out there that they are in a relationship of 4 years, so leading to marriage, they don't even know the partner, they don't know their hometown. They have never been there. It is after marriage. Somebody, there was a story too I read again. She said all true. That she did not follow the husband to his hometown while they were in their relationship, even to the courtship stage. She did not go with him to the village to go and meet the people or to know what the village looks like. It was after marriage that they now went to the village. She said, my dear sister, what she saw, if she had known, she said if she had known before marrying that man, she wouldn't have married the man. Look at that. After 3 children, she's just going to the village. I know that some of you out there that will tell me that, oh, there are wicked people in my husband. My husband told me that there are wicked people in their village. They are this, they are that. God will help us. So, but because there are wicked people now, you did not go. And the day you decided to go, you will come back crying. You will come back regretting. Which one do you prefer? Is it for you to pray and break that yoke? That me, that want to enter into this family, me, a child of God, I want to enter into this family. God, use me to break the yoke. Use me to break the wickedness in my husband's family. Which one do you prefer? Or after marriage, you now discover what you are not supposed to discover. They will begin to tell you one tradition that in our marriage, you don't do this, you don't eat this, you don't go this, what you should have known, and you did not know. Which one do you prefer? The Lord will help us in Jesus' name. So, you need to do your background check. Reasons, benefits of conducting a background check before saying I do. Don't worry. I am not going to rush this topic because it's a topic that we should really treat with all patience so that you can understand, you can get the understanding of it. So, reasons, benefits of conducting a background check before saying I do. Well, like I said this is a wonderful topic, and it's not something that I would like to rush at all, because I've received a whole lot of messages of mistakes from the married ones, and that makes me want to use those messages, those mistakes, those errors to correct, to talk to my singles. And that's why I compile this write-up that I must talk to my singles. Those are about starting their own relationship. Those that are already in their own relationship, I need to talk to them that there's need for you to conduct premarital background check. Very, very important. So on this note, I want to take a pause here, and don't worry, we'll have a part 2 of this. We'll continue from the reasons. What are those reasons and the benefits of conducting a premarital background check before saying I do? There are so many other things that we still need to look into. We still need to look what are those areas that we need to cover. What are the ways by which you can conduct? I know you want to hear that. You want to hear what are those ways or what are those things that you need to do to conduct your premarital background check. We will do that on our next episode. Just make sure that you keep following so that you not miss out of the part 2. On this note, I have come to the end of today's episode of Before You Say I Do. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you have any question, don't hesitate to drop it on that WhatsApp number that is already scrolling on your screen, perhaps on today's topic or on previous topics. And if you missed today's episode, join us again on this same station on Saturday at 1 p.m. You can watch a repeat broadcast. So quickly, let me go to the recommended book. Recommended book for this week's episode is titled Saving Your Marriage Before It Starts. Questions to ask before and after you marry. You need to save your marriage. Save it even before it starts. By a couple, Doctors Les and Leslie Parrott. They are the authors of this particular book. Please go and get a copy of it for your further reading to know how you can save your marriage even before you start it at all. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, production crew, for making today's episode a success. I remain your host, Tope Oginni. Please don't forget, on Before You Say I Do, we always help you take the right decision before saying I do. Bye for now.
I've never been so sure of anything before, just like I'm in this moment. But was alone would be enough. Just take my hands and take my ring, 'cause I will always love you through anything I'll do. To back on the first segment, you know, for the engaging about story. Tope Oginni, you know. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about God. Let's talk about